Currently, it is 8:30, so unless there are any objections, I'll start the committee meeting, the Investment Committee special meeting for March 15th, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. Good morning. I am Melinda Vasquez, a member of the San Diego Housing Commission's Investment Committee. I'm calling, well, I already did that. We are meeting in person this morning with committee members, staff, and members of the public in attendance. We have a quorum with 2 committee members present. Video of today's meeting is also being streamed live online. The link to watch today's meeting is on the Housing Commission's website at www.sdhc.org. Members of the public who wish to provide comments to the committee will need to complete a speaker slip here in the boardroom and submit it to our Vice President of Communications, Scott Marshall, who is standing at the side of the boardroom. To speak in favor of any item on today's agenda, please submit the gold-colored form. To speak in opposition of any agenda item, please submit the pink-colored form. Those who wish to address the committee about a topic that is not on the agenda should fill out a white speaker's request form. Members of the public will have 3 minutes to provide their comments about agenda items or non-agenda public comments. However, if a large number of people wish to provide a non-agenda public comment or speak on a single agenda item, comments will be limited to 1 minute each. Collective testimony by those who support or oppose an item shall be limited to no more than 15 minutes total per side. When I call your name, please step to the podium, state your name for the record, and begin making your comments. Non-agenda public comments. We will now proceed with non-agenda public comments. My apologies. So do we have any speaker slips this morning? Okay. Since no speaker slips have been submitted for non-agenda public comments, we'll move on to the next item. The next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from the Investment Committee January 12th, 2023 meeting. Do we have any speaker slips regarding the minutes? No speaker slips have been submitted this morning. Do we have any comments to changes to the minutes, or is at this time, before we hear the motion to approve the minutes, are there any amendments, deletions, or modifications to the meeting minutes? All right, seeing none, unless there is an objection, I'll just follow them. At this time, I'll hear a motion to approve the meeting minutes for January 12th, 2023. Sorry. Actually, I don't have your name, so. Kelly Hubbard, yes. Commissioner Keeley Hubbard moves. Is there a second? Oh, yeah. I will second the motion. That's weird. I will second the motion, and any discussion regarding the main motion on the floor. Seeing none, I'll close debate. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. All right, the motion carries unanimously in approval of the meeting minutes from January 12th, 2023. Item number 100 is the next item on the agenda. It is the informal investment report for second quarter of fiscal year 2024. We will take public comments after the staff presentation. Amy O'Connor, the Housing Commissioner's Manager of Finance, Accounting, and Operations, will be presenting this item. Please begin when you're ready.
Good morning, Commissioners Vasquez and Hubbard. I am Amy O'Connor, and I will be presenting the report for the fiscal year 2024, second quarter, ending December 2023. Okay, starting on slide 2. I'd like to confirm that we are in compliance with the policy, or our policy conforms to HUD Notice PIH 96-33 and California Code sections 5922 and 54601. This guides the type of investments that can be purchased and specifies the length of time an investment can be held. Next slide. This is the Housing Commission's investment portfolio by investment type as of December 31st, 2023, and September 30th, 2023. I'd like to highlight that the investment portfolio market value was $166.13 million as of September 30th compared to $173.51 million. 166.13 as of December and $173.51 million at the end of September. The $7.38 million decrease was primarily due to voucher program costs higher than MTW revenue collected in the funding of multifamily housing loans. The overall investment portfolio was 2.11 compared to 2.01% from the prior quarter. And lastly, I want to point out that the effective duration of the portfolio was 1.25 years at December 31st, which confirms that there is a liquidity in the Housing Commission's portfolio. Next slide. This is our portfolio maturity schedule. Here you can see the entire portfolio has maturity of 5 years or less, and about a third of our investment portfolio is considered highly liquid with a maturity date of 90 days or less. And that concludes my presentation. I'm here to answer any questions.
Thank you so much. Before we continue, before we begin, are there any speaker slips that have been submitted for items 100? No. Okay, now we'll proceed with questions or comments on the item from the committee members. Do any committee members have any comments regarding item 100? No? Or questions? Unfortunately, we don't have any questions for you, but that's a thorough presentation, I guess, is the result of a thorough presentation. Since this is an informative item, no motion or vote is necessary. Item 101 is the next item on the agenda. We will take public comments after the presentation. So Joe Foyer, Senior Vice President of Mitchler Financial Group, will present this item. Please begin when you're ready.
So actually, Joe has asked me to read his talking points for him. He has a little bit of an issue with his voice this morning.
No problem.
So hi, I'm Christelle Vanderwint, Vice President for Financial Operation with the Housing Commission.
Good morning.
Good morning. So first and foremost, as Amy mentioned, we are in compliance with our investment policy. We're in compliance with the HUD PIH Notice 9633, along with an Housing Commission investment policy modeled after the California Government Code. The objective for our portfolio is to support the mission of the Housing Commission with the safety of our principal, some liquidity, the ability to meet the ability to meet future cash requirements, and a good investment yield. We are conservative with our investment by default. By policy, we have a well-defined market sector and maturity limits. We are not a total return portfolio, but rather are managing our cash flows for operation requirements. We are, however, cognizant of maximizing yield within the framework of our investment policies. Oh, next slide, please. Oh, it's working. Okay. Thank you. So this report demonstrates the core holding statistics of our investments. So here you can see some of the main characteristics. The market value of our core holdings has decreased from $105,218,000 to $103,764,000 since December 31st, 2022. Our annual income has increased from $3,309,000 to $3,332,000 3,332,000. This is due to reinvestment into higher coupon bonds early in 2023. The average coupon in the portfolio has increased from 3.04% to 3.23%. Our yield, portfolio yield is in core holdings has dramatically increased from 1.99% to 2.54% this past year. This is the result of reinvesting into higher rate environment, which we obviously welcome. And it's a little dark, but you can see it on the 2-year graph on this page. The effective duration has shortened from 2.31 to 1.95. Our strategy for 2024 will be to select longer duration bond, given the theme of the Federal Reserve to begin lowering the federal funds rate sometime in 2024 as inflation eases and possible stalling of employment. This is our fixed income distribution. Although less dramatic with government portfolios as compared to private companies' portfolios, it remains a good visual for all. You will observe the breakdown of maturities, duration, coupon, sector, quality, and country of origin. You can see on the maturity it's at 19.12%, which is less than 1 year. We've historically held approximately 35 to 50% of the total portfolio value in overnight monies. There's no urgency to purchase security with a maturity inside of 1 year. The current 19% balance reflects bonds purchased in the past and are now inside of 1 year as they move to maturity. We do have sufficient liquidity and have extended maturity to enhance our yield. It is a prudent and standard practice for fixed income portfolios. On the effective duration, the monthly income from bonds we invest into shortens our duration versus the legal final maturity as the principal pays down. 75% of our bonds have a duration of 3 years or less. We have targeted a coupon rate of 2 to 4%. All of our bonds are U.S. government agency bonds, and the origin are either AAA, the quality is AAA, and origin is United States bonds. This is a very detailed list of all our bonds sorted by legal maturity. We have laddered the portfolio, adding another layer of liquidity to ensure that we have monthly income from investment every month. This reduces the interest rate risk, and this is also a standard practice for government portfolios. Oh, that was it.
That's all? All right.
So in conclusion, the investment portfolio of the Housing Commission continues to be in compliance with our 2 investment policies. Our portfolio is well positioned for any change in interest rate in the market. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the presentation. Have any speaker slips been submitted for this comment? No. Scott has informed us that no speaker slips have been submitted for this item 101, so this concludes the public comment period for this item. Now I'll proceed to any questions or comments from the commissioners. Commissioner, I'm going to forget again. Hubbard, do you have any questions or comments?
No, it's a good portfolio.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I do not have any questions either, other than, well, actually, I take that back. I do have a couple questions. So I noticed that the market value for 2023 is less than for 2022, and yet, interestingly enough, the annual income is actually more in 2023 than it was in 2022. So is there... what's the rationale there? Because typically, if your market value is higher, you would expect your annual income to be higher.
Yes, so the interest growing is due to higher coupon rates, but also you have to see in our investment, the market value of our investment is going to depend on how much we invest. Sometime like selling of investment over the past couple of years to invest in some opportunities and just cashing out our bonds could affect the market value when you're still seeing the interest going up.
Thank you for that clarification. I'm sure that that's helpful. And so that was my only comment, and there are no other additional comments. So since this is an informational item, no motion or vote is required. Seeing as there are no additional items on the agenda, this concludes the Investment Committee special meeting for today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time. The Housing Commission meeting will begin promptly at 9 o'clock. So